Okay, well, I want to get started. We have a full agenda, and I would like to be very quick in and out.
Yes, I have to be somewhere at 6:30.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Yep. It's 5:30 p.m., 5:38 p.m. I am going to call the Holyoke Historical Commission to order.
Recording in progress.
And can I get a roll call?
Chris Goffier.
Here.
Zaisha Robert.
Here.
Joseph Mazzola.
Here.
Elizabeth Rodriguez. Olivia Mazel.
Here.
Okay. All right, so we do have a quorum. All right. Okay, the first item on the agenda will be public comment. I can't see. No, I don't. Who's that gentleman?
That's
Yeah, why are we recording a
Albert
meeting?
Bobajanov.
Okay.
He's the gentleman who owns the property at 235 Dwight Street.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
213 or 235, is that?
345.
345.
Silvio Conti Building.
Yes.
Is he on the agenda?
Or is he on the agenda?
No.
So
no.
what are we doing?
He was, I approached him through the sign on the building.
Mm-hmm.
And he was interested in what to do about the, what the Historical Commission is interested in doing with the building, what he wants to do with the building. Do you want to say a few things about your building?
I mean, hold on
Oh,
just
oh,
a
it's-
second. Are we in public comment
Maybe
still?
allow him to do public comment.
Yeah, public
Okay.
comment.
Whenever he says you don't have to
Okay.
have any response or anything like that.
Okay.
He's able to speak.
How long's public comment?
We're trying to limit everything to 5 minutes, okay? Is that, if you want to approach the mic, or
Does it-
Microphone right there.
What's the address?
Okay. Yeah, so we can hear you.
345. Perfect.
Of what?
My name is Albert Bobajanov. I am the owner of 345-363 Dwight Street.
Dwight.
How Olivia, she want to help me to build to the town historic the building to get the opportunity. I'm developer myself. That's it. That's I want to say something.
Mr. Bobajanov, would you be, would you be able to give us a tour
Sure,
when we, if set it up with the commission?
sure, anytime.
Okay.
Do you have his email, Olivia?
Yeah.
All right, you'll go and set it up and reach out to us? Okay, cool.
Please.
We'll be in touch.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anybody else in public? No? Okay, we'll move right along to review of the meeting minutes for January 8th, 2024. Questions, comments, corrections?
No, they looked good to me.
Olivia, anything? No. Zaisha?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Just wanted to know if you had any questions on the meeting minutes for January 8th?
No.
No,
I
all
don't.
right. Okay, can I get a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from January 8th.
Second?
Second?
Roll call?
Chris Goffier.
Yes?
Zaisha Robert.
Can she
Yep.
vote because she wasn't a commissioner at the last
Yeah.
meeting? Okay,
Well,
just
I mean,
checking.
she attended, so.
She, right, yeah.
Joseph Mazzola.
Yes.
Olivia Mazel.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, now we will move along to presentations. And the first is the Lyman Mills, and Liz is here with us, correct? Hello, Liz.
Hi there, thanks for having me.
Welcome, welcome. So we're just asking for a quick update, if that would
Sure.
be suffice.
I put together a few slides. Oh. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I put together a few slides just summarizing the historic significance of the property and then what we're looking for in terms of the CLG opinion. Would that be helpful, or would you like me to just summarize?
No, that would be
what we're here to
perfect.
do
Thank
today?
you.
Okay, great. Let me see if I can share my screen. Okay, and I have dual monitors going on. You're able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, looks like you're seeing the back end though. Give me 1 second. All right, I have lost my Zoom controls, so give me just a moment. Okay. Looks like, all right, can you see that now? Looks like I'm all set on my end.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate the opportunity to be here again this evening representing Lyman Mills, and I believe there is a member of the development team in attendance virtually as well. To provide a bit of background, Epsilon submitted a Part 1 federal historic tax credit application to the Massachusetts Historical Commission, or MHC, in November 2023. As you know, Part 1 applications evaluate the historic significance of properties pursuing historic tax credits. Properties must be listed in or eligible for the National Register to achieve a Part 1 approval and to qualify for credits. Lyman Mills is not currently listed in the NR. Epsilon provided documentation of the property's historic significance and architectural integrity in the Part 1 application. MHC is currently reviewing the Part 1 and has requested a CLG opinion from the City of Holyoke as part of its evaluation. And as I said, I'll just provide a few brief slides to give an overview of the property and the project for your consideration. So I think, as you know, Lyman Mills is a former textile mill complex located on Open Square Way, southeast of downtown. Mill buildings number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, an engine house, storehouse, and a smokestack are located on a strip of land flanked by the first and second level canals. And a historically associated storehouse and cloth room are located to the west of the first level canal, and those two buildings are under different ownership. The property is proposed for listing in the National Register as a historic district that would include buildings and infrastructure historically associated with Lyman Mills. Listing in a district would allow us to tell a comprehensive history of the property and its impact on the development of Holyoke. The proposed tax credit project, however, is only for mill building number 2, which is shown here in blue. Lyman Mills was developed by the Hadley Falls Company beginning in 1848. The Hadley Falls Company established one of the country's first planned industrial cities, modeled after Lowell and other experimental manufacturing communities. It was ambitious, innovative, and became hugely successful in the 19th and early 20th centuries. The Hadley Falls Company constructed mills number 1 and 2 in 1848. The buildings were Holyoke's first and largest cotton mills. You'll see here that the buildings originally had gable roofs. The broader company development included canal infrastructure, city streets, and blocks of workers' housing. The company was renamed Lyman Mills after 1854, and it quickly became the city's largest employer and economic driver. It broke new ground for what a New England mill town could look like and accomplish. The company produced cotton goods, including the specialty Lyman Mills plaids. Its success led to rapid expansion of its campus, and 7 major buildings were constructed between 1848 and 1915. Lyman Mills is historically significant as the first site in Holyoke developed by the Hadley Falls Company. Its groundbreaking design included company-developed streets, canal and dam infrastructure, cotton mills, and blocks of workers' housing. The company developed a large section of the city of Holyoke, and its impact on the built environment is still visible today. Lyman Mills quickly became an international leader in cotton production. It developed its own type of plaids, named for mills in Holyoke, and exported its products around the world. The company was also an important part of a global trade network. It shipped its cotton materials abroad, where they were turned into rags and shipped back to Holyoke for conversion into paper. The relationship between Holyoke's cotton and paper industries foreshadowed the conversion of Lyman Mills into a paper mill in 1928. The property remained in industrial use until 1957, a remarkable survivor that represents Holyoke's most impactful industries. This is a 1915 Sanborn map, which shows all major buildings constructed for the company. Buildings number 1 and 2, as I mentioned, were constructed first, followed by mills 3 through 5, boiler and engine houses, a smokestack, and a storehouse and cloth room. The property is highly intact today, and all buildings shaded in blue survive. The surviving buildings are historically significant, and they also retain physical integrity, the other piece of the National Register eligibility puzzle. All of the surviving buildings satisfy the NR criteria and retain integrity of location, setting, design, materials, workmanship, feeling, and association. As I mentioned, while we consider Lyman Mills as a district for National Register purposes, only mill building number 2 is proposed for historic tax credit rehabilitation. Mill number 2 was constructed in 1848 and renovated in circa 1881 to add an additional story and a flat roof. It was historically used for cotton weaving, carding, drawing, and spinning, and today it's used for offices. The proposed tax credit project would convert the building to residential use. Plans and specifics are still in development. The project, which we feel would benefit both the historic property and the people and economy of Holyoke, can't proceed without a Part 1 tax credit approval. MHC has requested your opinion on the National Register eligibility of Lyman Mills to assist with its review of the Part 1 tax credit application. To summarize, the owner of Lyman Mills, mill number 2, has applied for historic tax credits. The proposed project would convert mill number 2 from office to residential use. All work would be reviewed and approved by MHC and the National Park Service. In order to qualify for credits, the property must be determined eligible for the National Register. In the Part 1 application, Epsilon provided detailed historical documentation, existing conditions photographs, and a narrative supporting the property's eligibility for the National Register. MHC is reviewing the Part 1 application and requests your opinion from the City of Holyoke to assist with its determination of eligibility. I really appreciate the opportunity to present Lyman Mills again for your consideration. I would be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you.
Sure.
Does anyone have any questions?
I just have a comment. Did you mention that Lyman Mills has an active turbine, one of the original active turbines? I don't know exactly if it's in 1 or 2, but it's still in use, and they use it for energy. I mean, not too many of our Holyoke's active turbines are. Did you know that? It's probably in your notes somewhere. And Zachary Violetta did an extensive study on that. So it's probably in his work or in your notes somewhere too, so.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. We included Zachary's recently updated inventory form as part of the Part 1 application. And that's exactly the type of information that we would expand upon in the National Register nomination at the end of the project. So
Right.
thanks.
That's a good point, and there's not too many that are in private hands anymore. Yes, yeah. This is a win-win.
Can I get a motion then that we support?
Yes, I make a motion that we support the CLG opinion and eligibility for the National Register.
And can I get a second?
Second.
Joseph, and a roll call?
Chris Gothier,
Yes?
Zaisha Robert,
Yes.
Joseph Mazzola,
Yes.
Olivia Mazel.
Yes.
Beautiful. We'll have a letter out to you shortly, Elizabeth.
Thanks very much. I really appreciate it.
And thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Good luck.
See you soon.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. Okay, we will now move on to letters of support. The first will be Open Square. And there's no one here, so. Now that was the letter. Was that?
Yeah. I think that.
That would
was-
be.
Oh, I'm
open
sorry.
space. Yeah, Lyman
I'm
Mills.
sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You're correct. Thank you, Vinnie. We'll move now to, do you want to do both together, the Wrights and the craft? Okay. Sorry about that. I'm blinded by the light.
I'll do Wrights Block first.
Okay.
So Wrights Block, you guys are familiar with. It's a 106 to 120 High Street in Holyoke. Our National Park Service Part 2 application was approved back in July of the last year. Since then, we've gotten a 100K award in August through the state Mass Historic Tax Credit Program, and then another 100K award in January. When I say January, it was for the prior cycle. So we're hoping to get another 100K award April 30th, and that would be for this January to April round. Before April 30th, we need to put in another application for the April to August round, and that is where the letter of support will come in.
Okay.
Wrights Block, as you know, is an extensive rehab project, so we're budgeting about 1.1 million in total mass historic awards. So that 300K would be incrementally getting us closer there, but we'll still need to get several more before we proceed into construction.
Okay.
Just generally updates on the project is we're preparing to apply for HDIP credits in the next month. And if we're awarded, we would hear back in June, July, which would target a kind of a Q1 2025 start date. So things are moving pretty aggressively fast towards that completion, and we're looking forward to the Commission's ongoing support for the project.
Okay. Beautiful. Any questions? Olivia? Joseph? Zaisha?
Nope.
Okay. Can I get a motion?
I make a motion that we update the letter of support for the Wrights and Crafts Block.
Okay. Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay. Roll call.
Christopher Gothier,
Yes.
Zaisha Robert,
Yes.
Joseph Mazzola,
Yes.
Olivia Mazel.
Yes.
Okay.
And then, Commissioners, did you want me to give an update on Crafts Block as well?
Sure.
So that's also going in concurrent timeline, but different.
Kind of the same.
A little bit
lineup?
different, and it's
Okay.
worth giving an update on that one. So we applied for federal historic tax credits in September of the prior year. We actually, it goes to SHPO, which is Mass Historic first, and SHPO reviewed it in December and gave a recommendation that that the federal National Park Service approve the federal historic tax credits with a couple of conditions. One of those conditions was more information regarding the mural. And then since then we've got the National Park Service. They review it after the SHPO. They had a couple other different conditions, but they didn't note the mural in their in their findings. So we did get a conditional approval through National Park Service in January of this year. And that's for the federal application. While we're here for the letter of support, though, is more for the state historic tax credit program. So we applied for that for this January to April round, and we have a letter of support from the, I think, December for that project, or for that round. What we're looking for now is the letter of support for the April to August round. And if we were to get awarded in this current cycle, the letter of support you'll be writing would be for our second one, and that's due April 30th. So that's kind of how it's a little cumbersome how the process works, but I think they just want to see ongoing support from the commission with each application.
Correct. Okay.
So that's kind of, I think, where we're at in the process. It seems like both the Mass Historic and National Park Service have approved the project conditionally with it's mainly like minor stuff like the floor, like certain floor finishes they want changed. But since then, we've took all their comments and addressed them, and we sent them a set that meets all their criteria. And right now, we're waiting on that feedback back to see if it's a full approval, not just a conditional approval.
Full or conditional?
No, we have the conditional from before for both the state and federal. But the conditional one, we're trying to clear the conditions now.
Like Bill said, there were just a few minor things, this particular window, this particular door, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so we made those adjustments and sent them back.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, there was none that I know of that we went back on. I think there was mainly just kind of, detail stuff that we're happy to share with the commission as well.
Okay.
And that one is a little bit ahead in its timeline for construction. So that one,
Do you want to come up to it?
I can't see you with the light.
Yeah, this is Vadim Toljinsky, also with Crafts Block LLC.
Okay.
yeah, so I just wanted to make a note that Crafts Block is just a little bit ahead in its timeline for construction. So if all goes well, we're hoping to close on the Neighborhood Stabilization Program and bank loan, hopefully even by the end of this month, which means we should be going into construction probably early fall if all the cards line up. So we're very excited to get that one rolling.
Okay. Perfect.
And yeah, we're budgeting less historic tax credits for this one, but because it's a smaller project, they'll probably award us less than what we did at Wrights Block. So we're budgeting $400K total and 400 to 500 in tax credits for this project.
State.
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 historic.
Okay.
Did you want to add anything on the mural or, I mean?
I can make a quick statement. We're still working with Mass Historic. You're basically going to be the first of many coming along the pike. So we are just doing our due diligence. Again, you're the first that has come up for the city. So we're kind of going back and forth, and just bear with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it should hold up any of the progress
Okay.
on that end.
Okay.
And we'll look to have that determination before we start
Okay.
real construction.
Perfect. Okay.
We may be doing some abatement before. I just wanted to clarify that before fall. We would probably look to do some interior abatement of any asbestos in the building, kind of
Okay.
before we start the full
Right.
construction.
Okay. Yeah. Very nice.
But happy to answer any other questions, commissioners, and I appreciate
Anything?
the ongoing support.
Olivia,
No questions?
charge ahead.
Yes, yes.
Joseph, anything? Saisha?
No question.
Alrighty. Can I get a motion then?
I make a motion that
Okay.
we write a letter.
I'll second.
All right. And roll call?
Christopher Gauthier,
Yes.
Zaisha Robert,
Yep.
Joseph Mazzola,
Yes.
Olivia Mazel.
Yes.
Perfect. We will have a letter out.
Awesome.
Okay. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it, commissioners.
All right.
Everybody.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
All right. Next item on the agenda is historic plaques. The first, I'm just kind of maybe questioning, maybe Jennifer could answer. The placement at City Hall, I don't really know what's going on with.
The last meeting that we had the gentleman bring pictures of the stone. We determined that it wasn't feasible for us to put the plaque on the building
Okay.
without causing any issues.
Okay.
So we opted to put it on a pedestal.
Okay.
It will be located on the Dwight Street side entrance, which was the original entrance
Okay.
to the building.
Okay.
They actually provided us a quick mock-up, and he is actually, I believe, working on the stone now, and then it's gonna send us a picture of once everything is done. So I've only seen the drawing,
Okay.
and then we spoke with him where we said certain parts of it we wanted smooth, and certain parts we wanted it to be rough, so that it mimicked the wall
Okay.
and everything on that side.
Okay.
And so once that's done, then he's gonna let us know. But the plaque itself is still in the mayor's office,
Okay.
so the stone is being created as we speak.
Okay. And who's paying for this? Is that funds? Do you know?
I don't know off the top
Okay.
of my head. I would have to find out.
Okay. All right. Just a question. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Any questions, concerns? No?
Just
Okay.
as long as it doesn't look like a headstone.
I specifically addressed that on your behalf.
Thank you.
Perfect. Okay, the next item for historic plaques will be the residential house plaques. I think we're pretty much ready to roll, Olivia, right? With,
Right, with the application.
Yep,
You
yep.
want to put the,
I think
It's
we're
gotta
just
go out?
waiting for photos.
right,
For,
we need a photo, like a before and after. The mayor does want to do some type of press release with us.
can you use the photo of I sent you
Oh.
of the plaque.
Yeah, I'd love to get like a house in the period. You know what I mean? When it was like first
I'll
built.
go to the library. I can go to
You
the
want to
library.
do
and
that?
yeah.
Okay, all right,
Yep.
okay. But the forms, everything, the school, everybody's ready to roll?
Yeah, yeah,
Perfect,
they're-
okay. And I will maybe set something up with the mayor, or do you want to spearhead that?
I can if you'd like.
Okay, would you mind?
I think we just ask for a quote or something, right?
Yeah,
I think so. What else? I mean,
no, he's going to do a press release for us, that we're starting
Press
it.
release or press conference, those are,
Oh.
you're talking just a press release?
What do
Yeah.
you-
Just a
Yeah,
written press-
yeah,
Yeah.
So just get a quote from him, I can actually draft the
That's-
press release.
All right,
And just get a quote from him.
okay. Was that good with everyone?
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah? Okay.
It's easy.
All right.
That's much easier.
Okay. Oh, I wanted the whole. Sorry.
You wanted it.
All right. Okay. The next item on the agenda is 213 High Street. I know, Olivia, you were kind of working with the gentleman with that?
Yes, Joseph Jacobs
Mm-hmm.
is his name. I texted him about the meeting today. He said he had a test today, but he thought his father might come.
Okay.
But I don't know.
It's probably at
He
the
might be
annex.
outside.
just looking to see what's blinking up in the corner there.
I think that's just that we're recording.
Okay, I didn't know
I
if it
can't,
was
Yeah.
somebody's hand or I can't see.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Is that Jennifer, just recording?
Cool.
Okay, so we can basically move on.
Right.
You'll reach out again at another point.
Right. You have the letter from the, they did send
Yep.
a PNF
Yep, yep.
already, so.
Everything's kind of in place. We just have to,
Yeah,
would
if
like
we
to hear
can-
from him.
Yes,
Okay. You will try again?
yes.
Okay, okay.
Can you keep me in the loop on that, because he is dealing with the OPED office on other things?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
You want this? Have you seen the letter from Mass Historic?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it came
It's
to
in
my
the-
office.
yeah.
Pretty sure this is what came to the office.
Can they
Yeah.
be quiet out
Yep.
there?
I actually have, I have someone who's helping him with historic tax
no,
credits
That was me.
and things, and getting all of his pro forma and stuff like that. So that's why we should talk about that. But yeah.
Okay,
So he's
okay.
on
I
our
haven't met
radar.
him yet,
Okay.
so I don't, it's just been a conversation
Okay.
that,
So, yeah, well, if you do talk to him, you can, let him know that how connected we are too.
okay,
you know,
okay.
But yeah, so he's been in contact with our office, and we've been trying to help him with an advisor maneuver
Right.
all of the different, right.
Right,
So-
okay. You have
Okay.
his, you need his contact
I do
information, right?
not, no, we already have all of that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so
Alrighty.
no, that's good, that closes the circle on that, so now you know,
Okay.
yep.
So
Yeah.
you two will keep that circle
Yes,
going?
Totally.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
to make
Thank
sure
you.
he gets everything he
Okay.
needs. Yeah, because it's exciting to watch him, because he's just a young,
Yeah.
a small developer, not young, small developer who's trying,
Local
something
guy?
for the
Is
first
he
time,
local?
person. Yep.
Perfect, nice.
Yep.
Cool.
So,
Okay. Awesome. All right. Thank you, ladies. All right. We will move on to the next item, which is exploration of a new process for letters of support. And I'm going to turn that over to Jennifer because you have some information for us.
what I'm going to do is I actually found a form process that used to be used previously. So I'm going to pull that out, I'm going to update that, and then we're going to start following that.
Perfect.
Because the process right now is a little wonky,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's a little frustrating for the commission and for people that are coming before the commission to not have a really solid process. And so that's on my to-do list, to go over that. We're going to re-implement that, and then there will be time constraints. You have to request it, the letter, by this date, according to, because now we know the cycles that they're
Right.
looking for. And so we're gonna try to align all of that, and so that we don't have people trying to come in last minute, and the commission isn't trying to hurry up and get things done.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go through, reformat it, update it, and I'm gonna put it in the drive. And so once I have it all set in the Google Drive, I will send a copy to everyone so you're aware, so then we can take a look at it. And then we can further discuss if you think anything needs to be changed, but I think that it's pretty good. It just kind of solidifies the process,
Okay.
so that everybody knows
what the expectations are.
Perfect.
Just quickly, does it show, like, does it ask for updates each and every time? Like, I know we had talked about that at one point.
I don't think it does, but I know we discussed that, and we can put that in there.
Okay.
We can even discuss putting in a time, if we know that we did this in March for that March session, we want you to come back in 3 months, 4 months, and
So we can
set it
that
up.
cycle.
Right.
Okay, so
Right.
Yeah.
I spoke to Mass Historic when I was speaking to them about the mural.
Okay.
And I had asked, I said, is it, valuable to Mass Historic if we put updates in these letters,
Mm-hmm.
or are they mostly generic? And he said, well, yes and no.
You don't have to,
You don't
but
have to. Most times it's the same letter, but they do read them and they do take those things into consideration.
Right.
And so if there is, or he even said, we can just leave comments. It doesn't necessarily need to be,
a whole-
if there's an update from the people coming forward, we can just leave a comment and say, we think X, Y, and Z, or we would like to see X, Y, and Z, and that's not happening, or,
I like that.
so,
Yeah. Perfect. All right, so we'll put that for the next meeting as well. Talk further?
I think we just do it, no?
Do it,
Or do
yeah.
we have to?
No,
Yeah.
just do it. Yeah, okay.
we can correspond via email.
Yeah.
And once it's in the drive, you guys can edit it.
We can alter, okay. All right, perfect. Yahoo.
Yeah, I think some of this stuff, like, we keep saying, like, oh, well,
Right.
we can just do
Right,
it.
do it.
There's nothing
Okay.
really to
We don't have
vote
to do a
upon.
vote. Okay, all right. No vote needed. Okay, we'll move on to continued discussion of preservation restriction reviews and alignment with the building department. We've kind of been,
So we need to coordinate with George
Right.
on that. I think this is something to do in the warm weather months,
Mm-hmm.
just because we're not gonna go looking at buildings
Mm-hmm.
in the winter. I think the spring is probably a good time, so we should try to do that soon,
okay,
April, May, maybe.
I did centralize all of the preservation restrictions that I found.
Cool.
So if there's anything
it's very
that I
nice.
missed,
No,
feel free to
that's-
let me know.
thank you.
Yep,
You're on
perfect.
top of
Okay.
that. Thank you. Now, that's something I would assume you'd want to be involved with, George, when we,
I
okay.
don't necessarily have to go on the visits, but
Okay.
just keep me in the loop so that I
Cool.
know. Just keep
Okay.
my finger on everything.
Okay, no? Okay. I will set that up with George then as well. Olivia,
If
any?
I'm available,
All right.
I might, just,
Okay.
because I'm always into learning.
Okay, all right.
I think
Any-
it will be valuable
anything on that?
too, since we haven't done it before, to kind of know going forward what,
What we're looking for.
yeah,
Because I imagine there's not a sheet about that, what to,
I did do some research where there's some resources,
okay,
but,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, and each of them is different, because it depends on. what
Depends on the restriction. Right,
covers.
right, okay.
And I think having the building department now, that we have a good working relationship with them, will be much
Mm-hmm. Right.
more helpful in
Right.
going forward with that.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay, the next item is scope of work and budgeting for the 2025 surveys. And that would be you again.
Well, I honestly would probably throw this to Olivia, since you've done a lot of, what we've surveyed and stuff like that. Are there any particular areas that you think, we should seek funding to do some surveys? I mean, the last one we did, I believe, was the canal area with Mr. Violet.
Yes.
So I wasn't sure if I could put that bee in your bonnet and think about what surveys going forward you think we should do.
I know the local district
Mm-hmm.
commission is looking at some new districts.
Okay,
I mean, and that was
right.
coordinated between you and Lauren.
Okay,
The Flats has come up before,
Okay,
so
so that's kind of what I wanted to know from you guys, is if there's any,
there's.
I can seek funding for us to do some type of, the mayor, actually, we were talking,
Mm-hmm.
he's willing to have that discussion on what we
There's-
want to do for surveys or anything.
There's also Library Row, the row houses in front
Right.
of, that's,
Um,
Maple Street
Yeah,
is rich in
Yes.
a lot of historic properties, so
All right, why don't we put this on our agenda and
Yeah, just get
everybody
everybody
kind of
thinking,
think
yeah.
of some
Yeah,
thoughts
yeah.
for our next meeting and we'll,
And then we can make moves.
right,
Yeah, I can start,
okay,
yeah.
okay, perfect, perfect.
Will somebody be hired to do the surveys? It's like.
We can, yeah.
like,
That's what I'm, yeah.
Like.
That's what I'm looking for.
Zachary did, okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Yep. Work outside of
good.
us, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who was the gentleman before?
That's what I'm looking for.
It wasn't, who was the guy before Zachary?
Before Zachary?
Wasn't there another one?
Mm.
Zachary's done 2,
He has.
right?
Yep.
But there was a gentleman in the interim, and I
I'd
can't
have
remember
to
his
look it up.
name. Right? Wasn't there someone else?
I think there was,
Okay.
yeah. He's not the only name I've come across, that I
Okay.
know.
All right, okay. Okay. Just,
Can't either.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank.
I don't know if anyone's noticed, there was, basically, the mayor did some post looking for new commissioners. It's been on Facebook. We haven't heard anything, have we? Nothing? No?
Nothing yet.
Okay,
I think
But it
we
goes
can-
direct to him.
right,
I think we
So-
could also say something in the Plaque press release. I mean, we could put out just a press
Right.
release about
Totally.
the
okay,
historical commission and what we're doing and,
okay,
you know, what we do, what we're doing. We're looking
Okay.
for, always looking for people.
I will say that there were a couple comments in his post underneath of people that seemed interested.
okay,
One
Okay.
of us should be in that room, but, you know, that
Okay.
doesn't,
Right.
they
Right.
still have to be vetted.
right,
But
okay,
at least it's out there and people are noticing. Yep.
okay. All right, all right,
We
the
do need
next,
to talk about, sorry.
no, go ahead.
People's terms and when everybody's up and things like that. We do
Okay.
need to
Okay, you want me to
Look
put
at
that
that.
for the next meeting?
probably.
Okay,
Well, right now, because we actually have pulled them all out and I have them in front, Chris
I'm
and
next.
Lisbeth
Yep.
are the 2 that we have to address now. And so in order, you know, if you want to continue on, you just contact the mayor and
Yep.
say that you'd like to be reappointed, and then
Okay.
he can push it through.
okay, all right,
Cool.
okay, perfect. Okay, Livia, you gave me a name like 2 years ago for that intern at UMass. That
Oh.
person is gone. I was able to reach out to another person, and I can't find the gentleman's name. So maybe if you had the first name, I can
Why don't we just,
start the process all over again, or,
I'm sure they have a
Yeah.
I
department.
get
Yeah.
interns from UMass as well, so I forget who the contact is, but I'm sure I have it somewhere.
perfect, Zaisha. You'll do some
Yeah,
research
I'll
for me?
get that to you.
All right,
Yep.
perfect, perfect. Okay. All right, moving along to the I can't even say that right.
No, discussion. No, don't
Archaeological.
skip discussion of, you're
No.
missing one here.
What do you mean? No,
Oh,
that's
okay, yep,
that's
yep,
a
no,
trust
now I
issue.
got you.
Archaeology and accountability policy, Lordy.
Okay.
Okay,
We'll meet with George on that.
Yep.
Okay.
and that's you, Olivia.
That's basically it's asking that the Historical Commission be included in any kind of new development,
Okay,
you know, like, for instance, solar, what's the new development going down by the river?
By the canal,
By the
Sublime?
canals, Sublime, yeah. I mean, that's grounds being dug. I mean, it's dug up. There's any kind of new development that something comes forward that might be a question, that the commission would be notified, or not that we're not. Most of the land
Does the
around.
commission get notified before,
No.
during, after?
We are only notified if someone pulls a permit and if the property is 100 years or older. I
Oh,
don't,
okay.
So.
I don't know what
Yeah,
we
because I know
have
Sublime's
to
not the one that
do.
did a lot of the digging down.
How do
there.
we
That was
even-
But I don't,
company that
I guess
owned
I
it.
don't understand how we would,
Well, it's effort to keep any artifacts that
No,
are
I-
found on
Right.
this, in Holyoke,
Yeah,
either to be notified and documented and kept in Holyoke in
Yep.
some way, or kept in a museum.
but that all originates from the building department, though. I mean, like Joseph said, that's a permit. I mean,
yeah. I don't like,
Would
I don't know
we-
how
is
we
there-
would,
Is there another avenue that
We're just asking to be notified.
notified?
Let me bring up that policy again. Let's
Okay.
look at it, line for line and say
Okay.
exactly, because it's not that complicated.
Okay,
But Deerfield.
all right.
This
You're just looking for a blanket statement.
That.
Keep
that-
us in the loop.
Keep us in the
Okay,
loop,
okay,
right.
all
I
right.
mean, if you find any, not that there are any
talk to
arrowheads
George.
out
Mm-hmm.
there, but,
Mm-hmm.
the river washes one way one year, things wash up, da-da-da.
Yep.
If something comes forward
Mm-hmm.
that, like if it were on your property, you would have access to it. That
Mm-hmm. Right.
would be your,
Because it's my property.
because
Right,
it's your
okay,
property.
all
So
right.
anything found on your property is yours.
Right, okay.
But things that are found on open property,
Right.
Where? Who
where
and
does
where?
it go?
Okay,
I mean,
all right.
does it go in somebody's
Right, right.
trash?
Pockets or, you never know, right.
In the river, maybe they don't realize it. So it's gonna take a little,
Okay.
we have to look at it closely
Okay.
and see. I'm not exactly sure if that's comes forward with, approval from the city council. It's a little.
Well, I'm
bit-
gonna start the process with George as well.
he may
since we're-
know, he
Right.
may have
Okay.
may be-
He has- he
knowledge of
probably-
it.
Because he's
just based on his
preservation minded.
Well, that's his background.
Yeah.
You know, so
So-
we'll add that to our
Bring that up for
conversation?
him,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Okay,
And even just reminding them that anything that's 100 years or over, they should notify
no matter
us.
what,
He's
right.
pretty, good. He's,
Yeah.
they've been
Yep,
pretty
just
good
so
with
it's
that.
on the radar.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, all right.
And I agree, he has been really great to work with.
No, it's wonderful.
Yep.
What was it? No, something just, we still have to, does everyone understand how to use that Municity app?
More or less.
Do you,
I
Olivia?
haven't done it.
No? Okay, we'll do some training. Saisha should also know how to use it to get in and do some reviews.
Does everybody have access to that?
No,
No.
it just, your.
I don't have
Yeah.
access to that
No,
yet.
I think it's
What do you mean,
and
just
I.
us?
You'd have to share your login stuff for them
Yeah.
to get in.
Is that okay or no? No? We have
It's up to
to,
you,
okay. Secret? Okay.
because he gave those to you guys so that you can follow
Okay.
along.
Is it just for us?
I think so, and then we're supposed to go, like,
I didn't
we
know
bring
that.
it to the
We would bring it to the
yeah.
commission.
It's,
Okay.
it's for the building, or the interdepartments to communicate with the,
Okay, so
commission
someone would have to
chair.
come to us, like, if Lydia needed something, she would have to come to one of us. I can't just give her the
Yeah, or it would be
login.
on City Squared.
City Squared is the
It would
same,
be-
right?
it-
Do you know that one, City
Municity-
I know
Squared?
that, yeah.
Municity-
It
I've
is
been
the
on that-
same.
On that
It's
site.
the same.
Okay.
Municity
Same
is like the
principle.
city's
Okay.
intercommunication
I would say, that, Chris,
program.
you would be
Right.
better
Okay,
access to
okay,
it than.
Okay, we'll leave it as
Yeah.
is then.
Yeah,
Yeah, yes,
All
you
right.
keep it.
Okay,
The less,
okay, perfect, okay. Scratch that. All right, the next is the update on implementing the Historical Society. Joseph, if you wanna,
Sure, we have,
We
it's,
got our-
the Holyoke Historical Society is officially on paper as of last week, I believe. And then we are going forward with the next steps.
perfect. Yeah, I hope.
Briefly, what does the Historical Society do?
So the Historical Society is really a way to further historical work in Holyoke, research, helping people, work that can't be done on the commission, and
You're allowed to fundraise?
yes,
Okay.
and events, different events, and things like that. We're super
In
excited.
alignment with the commission, yes, perfect. Okay, anything else?
does that have to go through city council?
No.
You're it's under the auspices of the historical commission,
Mm-hmm.
right?
No,
We're good. We did our research, yeah.
It's under the auspices of the historical commission, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
Okay,
just want to make a public statement that the Historical Society, I'm in favor of that. I think it's a timely thing that will happen. And people can join. If you have single memberships or family memberships or
It's all just,
corporate
right.
memberships or
That's what
something
we're,
like that.
it's been in the works.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Very much, very much. All right, look at that. 6:23, we're almost.
You're moving right along there.
All right. Okay. Any announcements? I will announce that Zaisha did sign the book. She is a full-fledged commissioner of the Holyoke Historical Commission.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome, welcome. Bravo to you.
Thank you.
Hope to see you in person next time. We get it. All right.
Yeah, I really hope to be in person next time too. Being home with a child and a sick husband isn't fun.
Joy, joy. All right. Well, welcome aboard. We look forward to working with you. All righty. Any reports from the commissioners attending other board and committee meetings? Excuse me?
No.
No? Nothing? Nothing? Okay. New and old business? Let's see. I did have something. Just very quickly, I heard through the grapevine, Fairfield is going to try for a historic district for Guadalupe Church. Or is that?
I don't know.
Okay, all right.
Were you at the last?
Last
I was
meeting.
at the last meeting, but it
Laura
was,
said it was voted on.
well, then,
That's
I
all we
think-
heard, yeah,
yeah.
okay.
I
So
took,
they're going to pursue?
I took the minutes.
Okay.
It was a discussion,
Okay,
so I have to look at my minutes
Okay.
to see what
Okay.
was said.
all right. What else? I think that's it.
Actually, we're, on that subject of Sacred Heart, a couple of the commissioners on the district commission are going to stand out and try and greet some of the neighbors in around the blocks around Sacred Heart to see what their concerns are, if they're aware of the demolition delay. And the clock is ticking on that, so I'm not sure if there's been
Do you have a
any
date?
movement.
Okay,
We're waiting after the parade.
okay,
We're
all
not
right.
going to do next
Okay,
week.
no, I got you. All right, you'll keep us posted?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
okay, perfect. Okay, anything else? Any new, old business? All right, our next meeting I have for April 8th, 2024, and it will still be here, correct, Jennifer? Or unless things, okay,
Can we
not good?
move that? Can we
Sure.
do it the following week?
Yeah.
Because I have the musical.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And we're in this building because
Our
the
recording
media
is, right.
is better here than in the annex, is that it? We
The-
have
the equipment
technical
is-
difficulties.
We don't have hybrid capabilities in the annex conference room right now. Our,
Okay.
our smart board died in the conference room,
Oh,
so we don't have hybrid
Got 15.
capabilities, so that's why we've had
It's
to, yeah.
recycling day.
So we've been using either Holyoke Media or Holyoke Public Library.
Okay.
Can we push it to the 15th?
Does that work for everyone? April
Sure.
15th?
15th,
Zaisha?
City Hall's closed.
Oh, it's holiday, right?
Uh-oh.
It's a holiday.
Tax day.
Just leave it then. It's
It's
fine.
like,
sure?
I think it's the 15th.
Well, we were gonna say the 8th,
Let me see the calendar.
but Joseph has his
Let me
play.
see.
Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'll be done. No,
It's a
I'll be
Monday?
done. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so we're
It's fine.
confirming April
April
8th.
Yes.
Okay.
That's for me.
What was that, Zaisha?
That's good for me.
Okay, perfect. Okay. All right. It is now 6:27 PM. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second?
second.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Christopher Gauthier,
Yes?
Zaisha Robert, Joseph Mazzola,
Yes.
Olivia Mazel.
Yes.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
And fast forward.